you follow my online diary and you're subscribed to it, you know I've been working on my fear of being seen. What does that mean? What does it mean to have a fear of being seen? Like, I know I have it, and yet I don't actually totally completely know what it is. But here's how it shows up. It shows up as fear of being myself in front of people I think are going to criticize me. Fear of putting my work and my art out into the world, whether it's like blog posts or making a TikTok. And I think that's actually really interesting because I think a lot of people have a fear of being seen, even if we don't totally understand what that means or like where it's showing up. I'm not going to be the expert on how to fix the fear of being seen, but I am going to share what I'm doing to go through it so that if you're going through it or want to, at least you have an example of what somebody did. Maybe you learn from my mistakes, maybe you learn from things I did right. We'll see. And honestly, this is just part one. Like, this is going to take a couple steps and a couple practices and trial runs to get through, but here's part one that I figured out today. Okay, here it goes. Why am I afraid of being seen? Why am I afraid of being looked at? Because I'm afraid of looking. I'm afraid of looking at myself. I'm afraid of seeing. That's where it all comes from. Yes, there's the outside criticism, there's experiences that give us trauma, there's been moments of rejection, and all that matters too. But what's happening right now is that I'm afraid to look at myself and the things that I think are not good enough, aren't worthy enough, aren't worthwhile contributions to the world. That's what I'm afraid of. And thus, I'm afraid of everybody else seeing that too, if they were to look at me. So that's why this is literally just like a part one, because obviously there's acknowledging a fear of looking at something, and then there's figuring out what it is that I'm actually afraid to look at. Part one starts today. I'm going to be documenting all of this on my online diary, so if you're not subscribed already, go to my link in bio and subscribe, and follow me here if you're not, so that we can go on this journey together. And really and truly, I believe we're all worth it. We are all deserving of being looked at, of being loved, of being appreciated, of self-expressing. So I think this is really important work, and if you agree, give me a follow. I just can't get this tall enough for me today. Okay, you guys tell me if you think this is crazy. So yesterday I was at the gym and I was standing out beside the window and I realized my posture was really bad. Like, I was doing one of these and I was like, oh, I need to whatever. As I did that, I realized that I was standing on my toes, like I talked about in the video about the posture analysis that I did. And that made me remember all the Disney princesses. Remember all of them, like especially Sleeping Beauty, that was my favorite. They all walked around barefoot on their toes. So I feel like maybe we got, or me, I don't know, I should only speak for myself, got influenced to like stand on my toes, and in doing that, like ungrounded myself. Because remember in the posture one, the lady said that I was like leaning forward and my body was like bowing because my weight was going forward. So I'm like leaning on my toes and doing that, pushing my hips out too far forward to try to like counteract the weight. And it's just feeling ungrounded. Like I literally feel not grounded into that. I don't feel stable. I'm just wondering if like those princess things, I mean, I remember as a kid, I was always made fun of for walking on my toes because my feet were always freezing cold on the bare wood floors of our house. But I think also part of me saw like, oh, princesses do that. That's how princesses walk. And so I just started doing that. And maybe it's part of the reason I feel like unsafe and unstable and insecure in like a physical sense of like, you know, security, survival, like I talked about a couple videos ago. I know that sounds like a crazy wild goose chase of a thought, but I think there's something to it. Also, we redid the nails this week. We are butter yellow, which I don't typically like anything but a nude, but I'm trying to extend out of my comfort zone, do more colors, have more fun, take it less seriously, and I actually really, really like these. So I'm feeling them. I did them with the Beatles kit. I'll try to link it below, but I do my own gels now because it is a lot more affordable than going to the salon. And also I don't like sitting there for like an hour and a half. I'd rather sit in my bathroom with a glass of wine, watch a movie, or right now, perfect match, and do my own nails for an hour. So I did, and I'm still learning, but you really will get better at them if you start doing your own gels. And the kit has like, gosh, dozens of colors in it. You'll see if you click the link below. But I really do like doing it, and they turned out pretty good. So we're trying a color. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'm doing this part of the video with zero makeup on because we're going to talk about my skin. If you have PCOS, you are going to relate so much to this, and if you don't have PCOS, you're going to be like, maybe I have PCOS. See these like cystic hormonal acne right here? They're like deep under the skin. They hurt so bad, and they're like large, and they never come to like a head. They just loom under there and they hurt really bad. And then I also have some breakouts here, and they're all caused by different things. So let's lay out some basis of how this happened. First and foremost, obviously I have PCOS, or I wouldn't have brought that up. you don't have to have active cysts in order to be diagnosed with PCOS, and I was diagnosed maybe 2 years ago, but I already knew that I had it because I had been to so many gynecologist doctors who were like, we don't know why you have these like cystic breakouts, or like other symptoms you can have are hair growing on your chin, or other places like, I think it's called hirsutism. I don't actually know how to pronounce it. Painful periods, irregular periods, like there's a ton of different symptoms you can have, but my worst one was the cystic hormonal acne that I just could not get rid of. And then finally I started looking into what other girls with PCOS had, because I got really sick of doctors like basically telling me it wasn't true even when it very much was, and they weren't willing to look into any symptoms, any tests, anything. So I started taking 2 supplements that absolutely changed the game. Well, 3 things I did actually. First, I switched from tampons to sustainable products. So I now use a period disc. I think the one I have right now is from Cora, and they're reusable, they're silicone, there's no chemicals or anything in them like a lot of commercial tampons and period products that have like bleach and things in them. I also just preferred not to have like all that cotton and whatever. It just never felt good. So the discs work really, really well for me. They don't work well for everybody, but they work really well for me. I don't seem to have any leaks. I only have to change them every 12 hours. It depends kind of on the tilt of your pelvis and your uterus and stuff. So for some people, they just don't work. For me, apologies if my little mic went crazy in the last couple clips, but for me, the discs work really well. I much, much prefer them. And I had way lighter symptoms just switching to that before taking any supplements for PCOS. So just switching to the silicone disc was huge for cramps, for everything. Like I just felt so much better on my period, and I didn't have as much bloating. I didn't have as much digestive issues. I didn't have as much, just like all the symptoms got better. And I can't say how or why the science behind that. I just know that that's the first thing I did, and I saw a huge difference. Second thing I did is I started taking 2 supplements. I started taking DIM. I'll try to put a picture here of the one I take. I get it from Amazon. I've been taking the same one for a couple years now. And then I also take myo-inositol. I just switched brands on this one, so I'll put the one I'm taking now. I do like it. And I take the recommended dosage of both of those. My skin cleared up so fast, better than when they put me on Accutane, better than so many other things they did. It made a huge, huge difference. Accutane just wrecked my probiotics in my belly. Like I had the worst digestive issues. It dried my skin out like crazy. It was just the symptoms were not worth it. And also it only worked for the amount of time that I was doing it. They put me on like 2 or 3 cycles, and yeah, it just came right back. So finally I was like, you know what? I'm going to try something that I looked into, and from what I read, I wouldn't have any big risks or dangers by taking myo-inositol and DIM if I didn't have PCOS, even though I was absolutely sure that I did. I hadn't been diagnosed yet at the time. Started taking those, my skin got so much clearer, my hormones and my like mood, my energy levels, throughout the cycle of the month I felt better, throughout the cycle of the day I felt better. I didn't have these deep breakouts, and my cycles were super regular. My cramps were so much later. Made a couple lifestyle changes as well, just of like having less sugar and things like that. I think those supplements were the biggest change. And then fast forward to now, and for a while there, skin was going great, and then it started to get worse when I was super stressed out about a year ago, living in a place I didn't love, working a job I didn't feel appreciated in. And yeah, then about 3-4 weeks ago, I was like, I think maybe I need more myo-inositol. So I'm going to up that dose just a little bit. And I also added a supplement called NAC, which is great for people with endometriosis, because I was having like severe cramps during my period the last couple months. And so I just wanted to see if that would help. And then this happened. So I'm cutting back on the myo-inositol back to my original. And I know this sounds like, wow, I'm playing doctor with myself, but in certain cases, in certain ways, I actually am, because I was not served by the doctors that I saw for this. So I did have a gynecologist about 2 years ago finally diagnosed me with PCOS, and she was like, but at the same time, that diagnosis doesn't really do you any good, because first of all, you've already known, and second of all, everything I would suggest you're already doing. You're taking myo-inositol, you're taking DIM, you're using bleach-filled products. So anyways, cutting back on the myo-inositol because it seems like maybe it was too much and it's triggering too much going on. And then also the NAC might be doing what's called a purging. This is where things get interesting. The idea of purging is so gross, but it's so natural too. Like, it kind of makes sense to me that my skin was just like, whoa, this is too much. And also we have some stuff we got to get out. And it also makes sense at this season. It's the middle of summer. I was listening to Saloon Power Hour with Kimberly Snyder, her podcast, and she was talking about how July is the month of light, is the month of burning things off, is the month of letting things go, bringing things into the sunshine, into the light, into your consciousness. And so we've been eating a ton of fruit, we've been eating huge salads every night, and it's really been helping to just make me feel lighter, easier, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And it makes sense that this is coming out too. I think it is mostly spawned by the supplements, but I can't help but see a correlation in, just the time and the season. And we're also in a place, both Jake and I, where we're digging up some things, but in a gentle way, we're allowing them to find us. We're kind of just like allowing memories or blocks or triggers to come up and let us know they need us to talk. Otherwise, we're having fun, we're being playful, we're resting. It's July, it's the middle of summer. We're not taking our personal growth and stuff like that too seriously. However, when it comes up, we're bringing it straight to the light, which is to say, looking at it. And so, yeah, I'm not upset that my skin is going through a purge phase, but it doesn't necessarily feel good. Although it does feel like another chance to lean into everything that Kimberly Snyder was talking about and everything that I'm feeling true about this season, which is letting go of a lot of things and bringing things to my consciousness to look at and really like burn off if need be, let go if need be, allow myself to become lighter because of that, and just let this be what's happening instead of like fighting this. However, doing a couple things to help. I showed this in my video, my top 5 aging tools, but this is so good, the wand for breakouts. So if you do have breakouts, especially cystic hormonal, it's that wand with all the attachments. And these little tubes are filled with argon and neon gas. And so they're activated by the wand. When you plug that in, they kind of make a buzzing noise. And this is the X-Acto tip or whatever. And I'll just kind of lightly, gently circle that. And the amount of inflammation, redness, pain that reduces on a day-to-day basis is crazy. This was probably 75% bigger 2 days ago, and then it went half down the size yesterday, and then today is getting much, much better. It still hurts a little, but we're definitely on the healing path, and I know that thing is exponentially just getting through there so quick. So I also was recently sent, in one of my very first vlogs, I talked about the glass skin bundle that I got sent from Medicube, and I loved it. I loved every product in it. I bogarted some of them, so I still have them, so I can literally use them on special occasions, like the PDRN masks and stuff. They're just so good, and they make your skin so glowy. This is the new bundle they just sent me. It's the kojic acid turmeric bundle, and it's for brightening. And so you can see, which is why we're doing this horrible lighting right now, all these freckles and sun damage. Yeah, we're working on all of that, which is tough because I go out for 2 runs a week outside in the sunshine, and I wear SPF 100 and a hat, and I still just I get freckles. I'm very, very sensitive to the sun. I don't burn, but I get a tan and I get freckles. So we're using these once a day. A lot of people have said they've really helped with acne scars, acne itself, and so I'm hoping they're not going to exacerbate the problem, but I'll keep you posted. But for right now, I'm actually loving them, and I'm actually seeing a bit more brightness come through. I got these on TikTok. You can find them on my TikTok showcase if you look down in the show notes, and you can find them there. But yeah, honestly, highly recommend. Love them. And the pads come with 70, so a little over 2 months. And then this will probably last me realistically in a month because I'm heavy on the serums. Other than that, I use a gentle cleanser. I use a retinol, a prescription strength retinol every single night. I use red light therapy every night, sometimes blue light. And then I moisturize with a non-fragranced, very gentle, I think it's CeraVe. Not saying that that's what to do because obviously I'm still in the purge, but you know what? It's probably a good thing. It's life and my heart and my body saying there's still some stuff to get rid of, which means I've come a long way. I'm able to bring that to the surface, and it also means I'm still on my way forward, and things keep changing for us so quickly here. I just feel like Jake's cooking on his career in such a beautiful way and finding more and more purpose than ever. I am reaching in ways that I never have always wanted to, never have, and maybe I'll open up about that in the future of how my writing career and being someone who was published in major magazines and worked for huge international brands that you probably have in your closet ended up with a YouTube. We'll get to those things, I'm sure. But right now I just think it's maybe me going through it might be the sign you needed, just like Kimberly Snyder was for me, that it's a time to let it out, let it purge, let it come out, let it come into the sunshine, burn it off, whatever you have to do. Sometimes that's spiritual stuff of, writing a letter and literally letting it on fire. And sometimes that's just taking an afternoon to go lay in the sunshine and have some fun. For me today, it's honestly creating because that's what feels good to my soul. And that's what it brings my soul to light. So we're here we are, you and me. Also, I got sent some other samples, and these are fashion samples, so I thought we'd look at them together, and this can just be like a short, quick little video, and we can kind of keep it short and sweet this week. So the first one I got is from Skims, Kim Kardashian's company. I've always wanted to try something from them. I know their basics are, and their shapewear, what they're known for, and probably should have where I started, but this is the little number they sent me. It's a strapless, just tube dress, which I love. It's so hot here. It's like 100 degrees, very, very humid. So I wear a lot of just like as minimal clothing as possible. And I don't care if I'm allowed to do that in my late 30s or not, I'm gonna do it. So I really love the shape of this, and I love that it's super simple. I can throw my hair up, put on some sandals, and wear this and just be ready for happy hour, for literally whatever I want. What's really nice about this dress is it's actually double lined. So it's kind of a stretchy jersey fabric, and then the top and the inside are actually like truly double lined. So it's going to be a little more smoothing, which is what Skims is known for, right? So kind of perfect that way. But it doesn't have any grippy up at the top to hold it. So I'm a little nervous about that. The neckline goes up slightly compared to the back, which might be kind of cute. And then obviously it makes lots of room for your hips. And it is short, but the bottom goes slightly longer in the back. So hopefully that'll give an extra 1/8 inch of coverage. And the second is from Edikted, which is, funny enough, my niece's favorite brand, and she's in high school, so I'm feeling a little funny about the fact that I'm also like, oh my god, that's so cute, I want one, and I'm 3 times her age, but I don't care. I'm gonna try it. It's this beautiful seafoam color. It's a one shoulder on top with an attached little skirt. So let's see how that looks. And you know what? This top definitely has the rubber. It has a built-in bra under there. It's one shoulder, and then it's got the rubber on the top. So the bottom does not have rubber. Obviously, you wouldn't have that typically in your mini skirt. It's ruched on the side, so you know it's gonna be super flattering, and it just has like a really soft lining around the hip, so that's gonna probably feel pretty good. And it's double lined, which is great because it's gonna smooth over any lumps, bumps, and it's gonna make a much more flattering look around the waist and hips. So let's try that on. Just realized I did all of that without a mic. So yeah, I'm actually a big fan. Even without the rubber right there, it actually does feel very secure on the top, and it hugs. It definitely hugs. It's got like I'm not wearing shapewear underneath, but it almost feels like I am. And it's very short in the back, but honestly, I don't feel like anything's gonna pop out back there. And I feel very, very held in, but it's really nice material. I thought at first it was kind of like a cottony jersey mix because it's really a matte texture. It doesn't have any kind of sheen to it, and then it's very, very stretchy, so probably a spandex, maybe cotton mix, but it makes it feel comforting. It doesn't feel super restrictive. I feel like I can breathe, but I feel like I'm wearing almost like a bodysuit or leggings or something. It's really, really comfortable. I actually love it. I really love it. And I don't have any kind of booty, so I like that this is short enough that it kind of makes it look like I have a booty. To style this one, I would wear either little flip-flop sandals like this. I love this little detail on here. These are from Abound, and they've got a little bit of a heel. And I feel like because it's a block heel, it's more dressy than if it were a wedge. And then it's got that square toe, which is so cute. So kind of a mix of like beachy but dressy, which is perfect for this dress. Or I'd wear, if I want to dress it up even more, something like this. These are Italian shoemakers. This brand I only ever find at Nordstrom Rack, but they are so comfortable. So I'd wear something like that if I wanted it to be even like a little bit dressier. And then I'd probably make it a little more casual with a little clutch like this, because I like my clutch to kind of clash a little bit. I don't like when my clutches look like they match too perfectly. I feel like you need a little bit of more flavor. And then maybe a sunglass like this, which I haven't even worn yet, but something kind of, yeah, kind of cash, kind of small. Yeah, let's see if I can get the whole look. So I can't even show you like with the sunglasses, but I can't even show you everything, but you can kind of see it in the mirror. Yeah, I just feel like that's the vibe. So yeah, very comfortable, fan. Let's try on the green. All right, so here's the green dress, and honestly, it's giving summer goddess. It is like the perfect color with like a very fresh tan. And the inside is nice because it's got this like built-in bra with the little sleeve on it. And then this part has rubber, so that's not going anywhere. In fact, I want to bring that down a little bit. I just feel like, yeah, it does you a lot of favors right here if you do feel kind of insecure about the middle part of your waist, because it has like a draping, but then it still has this little peekaboo. And the back isn't too short. I really feel like it's giving goddess vibes, but the seafoam color is just so nice. And then the top is kind of like a stretchy kind of material, but then the lining is more almost like polyester or something. But honestly, very, very comfortable. And I feel like it's doing you a lot of favors and creating a ton of balance. So I'm gonna have to cut out the little hanger things in it, but Yeah, I actually love it. I could definitely see it for like a date night, like on our anniversary, going to the coast or like a really high-end bar or something. I think it's really, really pretty. So I honestly don't have the right accessories to style this, but I'd probably wear this shoe just because it's not going to detract too much from the dress. I would think it would look cute with like black accessories just to like a pow, a little color there. But yeah, I think this is the one I'd pick for now since it's what I got. And maybe a clutch like that. So kind of just tone it down a little with more neutrals and just keep the focus on the green because I think it's striking enough. I don't think it needs much more. So I'm gonna go put on some makeup and make TikToks about these. I honestly think that's all I have for the week. I just wanted to open up a little bit about the skin and if you're in it and what to do, and definitely that this thing is going to be your best friend if that is the case. And this is not sponsored. I'm not making money sharing this. I just looked into how this helps deep cystic hormonal acne and how much it helps with inflammation, and then I tried it and I absolutely loved it. So I'm just sharing it because I personally love it. And if you're in the season of purging and bringing things to light, just know that's normal. That's July, apparently. If you want to listen to Kimberly Snyder's podcast, I think it's called the Saluna podcast, or maybe I'm not even sure, but it's lovely and she's lovely and all of her work is just great and really good to just keep on track of knowing exactly how the seasons are teaching us to kind of be more of ourselves. And it doesn't mean you need to go deep into any kind of like yogic lifestyle or anything. Like you see my content, I'm still very much in the real world and work on social media. So I have to, be part of whatever's hip or trending or whatever. And it's nice to know where the earth is kind of pointing us back to that. And so allowing space to purge, burn off, bring to light. And if you're going through the PCOS struggle, I've been there, my girl. If you're wondering what's wrong with you or like why something's flaring up that you thought you had a grip on, it just happens. It's just life, and it's okay to be right in that place. It's okay. So not a whole lot of big changes or anything this week. We're gearing up to celebrate our anniversary next month. Last week was 4th of July, so it was crazy busy. And we got married in August, so we're going to be going away just for a couple nights to have like a nice little spa resort getaway. I'll be vlogging that. And yeah, more to come on just feeling beautiful in your own skin, being yourself, allowing your true self-expression to come out, and the beauty of that, while trying to balance a life in which you want fashion, beauty, all the things. Like you really can have all of that, and it doesn't have to be about trying to fix ourselves, correct ourselves, anything. So if you like this video, please give it a like, a subscribe on my channel. It really, really helps me. Make sure you make a comment below of any kind of content you want to see in the future. This whole channel is just about beauty from the lens of that we're already beautiful. It's about celebrating who we are individually, uniquely. I don't want you to be anything like me. I want you to be the best version of you. And I'm just showing how I'm trying to be the best version of me to offer any kind of inspiration or permission, or sometimes just what not to do. And I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so grateful that I get to make these every single week. And I'll keep sharing the products that I'm testing and loving and sharing only the best ones here, because I do get quite a few. If you're in your 30s, 40s, just know like feeling beautiful, feeling how you want to present is 100% going to make you feel more aligned with your purpose, your power, everything. And if you're younger, you're in your 20s and you're just starting out a journey of like either wondering whether you have the right to feel beautiful or figuring out what makes you feel beautiful, this is a great conversation to be a part of, because I want it to be a place where we foster each other, feeling our absolute best and putting whatever we want to present into the world, whether it's our art, our music, our voice, my message is what mine is, and forever, whatever that is for you, I'd love to hear about it and share it below so we can support each other. And I'm just so glad you're here. And yeah, it wows me. It wows me that this is where I'm at in life, and that I get to try stuff and then share it with you. So thanks. Be sure to subscribe though. That really, really, really helps. And share this with a friend if you know somebody who might benefit from it or is in her late 30s and kind of wondering like where's the content for us. It's literally here. I love you guys.